Hey, I want to ask you a quick question. When was the last time you set up a webinar, sent out all the reminders, did everything right, and then only half of the people actually showed up? You know the feeling, you spend days, maybe weeks putting everything together, and then crickets. I worked with hundreds of webinar presenters and entrepreneurs over the past couple of years. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. The truth is, this isn't your fault, and it's not about bad marketing or lazy audience. There's a very specific reason why people don't show up, and by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the 3 ways you can fix it and actually get people to turn up, pay attention, and be ready to buy. So stick with me, because if you get this right, your attendance could jump from 40, 50% all the way up to 80, 90 without spending more money on ads or tricks. Let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, one of my students, Mark, set up a webinar for one of his coaching programs. 412 people registered, I think. From my point of view, that's a solid number. And I think you would agree as well. However, on the day of the webinar, only 67 people showed up. 67 out of 412. And he was asking himself, why is there nobody showing up? Well, not nobody, but obviously less people than expected. Does it sound familiar to you? It happens to almost everyone. And here's the key. The people who didn't show up weren't bad leads. They weren't lazy. They just didn't feel the webinar was important enough to stop whatever they were doing and actually show up. Think about your own life. When was the last time you RSVP'd to something but didn't go? Maybe a free seminar, a meetup, or even a friend's event. There's usually a reason. The event didn't feel urgent. That's the reason. You weren't reminded in the right way, or something else came up that felt more important. So all these things play a huge part why you didn't go to that specific event. And webinars work exactly the same way. So why does this happen? I like to break it down into 3 main reasons, from my point of view at least. One of them is timing and context. Now, people sign up in the heat of the moment, basically just scrolling, and they just saw your ad and clicked register. But weeks later, they have emails piling up, work tasks, family stuff. So your webinar doesn't feel like a must-go event anymore. Now, the second reason is, I think, perceived value. They don't really know what they're going to get. The title sounded good, maybe they read the description, but they don't understand why it's worth their time right now. The third one is engagement before the webinar. You might be sending reminders, but they are generic. Hey, your webinar starts in 24 hours, something along those lines. That's fine, but it doesn't create anticipation. It doesn't make them feel, hey, I can't miss this because this will help me solve my exact problem. No, if you don't fix these 3 things, you're going to keep seeing 40, 50% attendance or even less, no matter what. You might even think that your content is bad, but trust me, usually it's down to these 3 things that I mentioned earlier. The good news is you can fix this easily with 3 small changes. Yeah, we've got 3 problems and we've got 3 solutions for each. And I'm going to walk you through all of them step by step. And trust me, it's not about sending spammy emails or giving more freebies or actually tricking people. Now, it's about understanding human behavior and creating a sense of urgency, value, and anticipation. So by the end of this video, you will understand what's going on and how to fix it. Now, the first step is a micro commitment stacking thing. Here's what I mean. Instead of just one registration, click, ask people to do small actions before the webinar. For example, fill out a 30-second questionnaire about their biggest problem. You can easily set this up in Google Docs or Google Form. Ask them to comment on a private group post if you have a private group, or a Facebook group, for example. Because each little action makes it more likely they will show up. It's not manipulation, it's psychology in action. People are more likely to follow through when they've already committed in small ways, when they already invested into something. Whether that's a small action or their attention, they're already likely going to follow through. Think about it like this. You promise to your friend that you will meet for coffee. You tell them the exact time, place, and even what you're going to talk about. You're way more likely to show up than if you just vaguely said, yeah, let's hang out sometime. That's exactly what micro commitments do for your webinar. Now, the second thing is expectation priming. This is all about making the value of attending absolutely clear. A few days before your webinar, I want you to send out an email or a message that paints a vivid picture: what they will learn, how it will impact their life or business, the exact time investment that they need. Now, the third one is desire-based reminders. Finally, don't just remind people saying it starts in an hour. Make them feel the loss if they don't attend. But be human. and don't use spammy tactics. Let me give you an example as well, and you will understand it better. Let me give you a silly example. Think about a movie night. Imagine your friend invites you to see a film. If they just say, hey, wanna come? You might not go. But if they tell you, hey, the first 10 minutes will blow your mind, or well, you will laugh so hard you will need tissues. Or if they say something like, I save you the best seat in the house, suddenly you don't even think twice, right? You have a reason to go. You're showing up. That's what these pre-webinar steps do. They make your audience look forward to showing up because it feels like a real tangible game. So by now, you should start thinking about your next webinar. Now, if you're thinking about implementing pre-webinar commitments or setting reminders that spark desire, you're in the right track. Apply all three, and your next webinar, trust me, it could double or even triple your live attendance. Because showing up is just step one. Staying till the end and buying is where the real magic happens. And I want you to achieve that. The more people show up to your event, the more people will buy at the end. That's it. Simple as. If this helped you, I want you to hit the like button so this video will get out there and help more people like yourself. And you showed up for this video, which I'm so thankful for. Thank you so much for joining me today. YouTube thinks that you should be watching this video next, so I'm just going to let that happen and see you in the next one. Thank you.